Okay.
Okay. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Finance Committee meeting of not November, holy smokes.
Geez, don't step backwards.
That's what's in front of me, that's why. January 10th of 2023. I'd like to call this meeting in order. Do we have any declaration of pecuniary interest?
None known.
None here. Circulation of prior meeting minutes. They were approved at a council meeting last year. And we'll go on to, there's no business arising, the task list. Finance.
So we have the native species garden recognition still ongoing. Short-term vacation rental bylaw. We had a meeting just before Christmas, so I guess a couple weeks ago. And they should have planners in place soon at the county, but we met with representatives from Niagara Planning Group and Banffin Shores and Limpton, Wyoming are looking at the same thing. So we're kind of
Well, Lambton Shores put
potentially
theirs in.
working. So not Limpton Shores then.
Yeah, because they did theirs before, like towards the end of the year.
Yeah, because it took effect January 1st.
Enniskillen, or no,
No.
Petrolia,
We,
no?
anyway, there's two,
Yeah.
Okay,
Limpton, Wyoming, and one of the other municipalities are looking at STVR as well. So we're probably going to work together.
the group effort.
Accessibility, no update there. Flagpole at the municipal office has been repaired. Our
And I
public
wrote
works
down
guys fixed
It
it.
can come off.
Yep.
It's
Um,
exciting.
Animal control bylaw, we've had a preliminary discussion with that, but we'll get working on it now that, we will. The food recycling program will be part of the 2023 budget.
Okay.
And then property standards at 200 Exmouth.
We'll keep an eye on that for spring.
Yeah.
Thank you for the update. Okay, next is municipal office joint health and safety sheets. I only see one
Yeah,
issue here.
I'm not sure if the utility room, if anything's been done about that or not. Remove pictures from.
Oh, I see the picture. I was just down there. The pictures are still hanging there along the wall. I'm
Yeah.
assuming those are the ones that they're talking about
Probably.
on the floor. They need to be hung on the wall.
Well, in the meantime, I can pick them up, just put them on a shelf, and then it's off the floor.
Yeah, okay.
Then we can get rid of it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna think. Could we just handle that?
Yeah.
Right after the meeting, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Can I move to receive the file?
So moved.
I'll second it. Get on the new business. We've got the bank reconciliation for water.
For both generally.
Yeah, water and general. I don't see anything there. Your worship, anything?
No, I didn't. I looked over it, didn't see anything. I just seen his records.
I'll move that we receive and file items 1 and 2. Water and general bank reconciliations. Second.
Seconded, sorry.
Okay, that's okay.
I was reading the note.
New business item number 3. 2023 grant request.
So this is the memo I put together. We put the new grant policy in place a couple of years ago, and one of the things was part of that policy, and it never really happened because of COVID, but now that we're where we're at today. So I put a list together of the grant requests. Now, what isn't included in here is sponsorship requests, but those I feel are treated a little bit differently. These are the grants are money that we're giving to an organization for their operational costs, where the sponsorships is sponsoring an event. Not that we can't invite those people, but the idea was around grant requests. So,
So an example would be Grand Fondo. It's not on the list because it's
Yes.
on the Mat tax list.
but we could
But
potentially,
they've offered to come if anybody wants to.
Yeah, I'm hearing them on Thursday. At a Trails Committee.
Okay.
So I'll have an insight into that.
I did have a question around the Santa Claus parade. wondering why, or if that couldn't be moved to Map Tax too, because it's a community event.
Yeah, I mean, if you wish to, that's, yeah.
Well, we did it for, like Canada Day is on the other list. So to me, they both should be.
Yeah, I had a note beside that one as well. Yeah, we can move to the sponsorship.
So then the question is, which of these organizations do you wish to invite in? And to me, I think we should have, like, a lot of these will be volunteers that are busy through the day. And I think an evening meeting would be better. Invite them in, let them know, to make a 10-minute presentation and maybe schedule them every 20 minutes or something. So it gives them 10 minutes to make a presentation and a few minutes for counselors or committee members. I'm not sure if you want to do it full council or just committee or how you want to handle that, but you have the opportunity for them to make their presentation, a few minutes for questions, but then people don't have to come, have a presentation at 5 o'clock or 7 o'clock, whatever time you choose to start.
Yes,
And if somebody's not scheduled to 8:20, they don't have to be here at 7.
exactly. That
So,
sounds fair to me.
I think our two biggest requests are, as always, are the minor and the school.
Yes,
I think that should be done to all council, open to all council, and you could schedule them consecutively.
Mhm.
Blue Coast, unless you want to hear where they're at, we've heard them every year, we know what to do.
yes.
I don't have specific yearning to see it again, but I'm open to whatever everybody wants.
Yeah, my thoughts were the same on that. That I don't know if it's necessary to see them, because we know what they're about. And
Yeah.
We know, and we've given money every year.
Unless you want to hear, like, you should talk about what the results were from last year, and what their plans are for this year.
It's 10 minutes,
It's
right?
10 minutes, so maybe it's just better to have them come
I think it's better.
and then anybody listening can hear it.
That way we know.
Yeah.
And people know what Blue Coast is,
Yeah.
because a lot of people aren't aware.
Yeah, she does have a
What they
couple,
do.
there's a couple main things happening, so.
Yes, that's right. Okay, we'll do that. Pathways. We know what the Secret Santa is. I
I
can
don't
invite.
know anything about this bike one.
Yeah, I'd be interested in hearing about that.
Well, combined, that's almost $7,000.
$7,000.
And
That's,
don't remember them ever coming in.
So what they've done in the past, like this program, they're renting the arena from us
yes,
at a cost of 4,000 something.
Oh, okay,
And they're asking us to contribute back to the cost of their rental for the arena.
yes.
And it's a program where they bring in young people that don't have and teach them how to ride bicycle. A lot of them are individuals with disabilities. And so that's, it's a program they've been trying to do it for the last 3 or 4 years. They haven't been able to because COVID
Yes.
keeps getting
Okay.
canceled on. them. So
Yeah.
that's the idea behind it is, and they're asking us to,
and no one stands alone. Is that mental health?
yes.
Is that St. Clair Child and Youth?
No, that's that Deb Patel.
Oh, right,
She
yes.
made a presentation to us.
Okay, I
a
remember.
while ago.
Yeah.
Did she make one? Or did we just get information last year?
She did,
I
she
seem
came,
to remember
she came in front of us.
on
yeah.
like by remote.
Okay,
Yeah.
by remote,
Yeah.
that was it. Okay.
Okay.
So we want to have her as well. So basically, we have everybody on the list except for the kids,
And we're gonna move them over to the other
to the sponsorship.
programs. Okay,
That sounds good to me.
and what day works? Maybe the 31st. I always like to do things on Tuesdays because people are council people are
Yes,
used to
We're
being
used to dealing, yeah.
doing
Yeah.
things on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Seems to me that Liz Page may have trouble with Tuesdays. And she's involved with both parent council and appointed refiner, so
Why don't you check with her first before we confirm the date? I mean, just a suggestion. Then if it's okay, then we can move forward.
okay. I will try and find a date that works, and I think what I think we should do is have it as a committee meeting, but invite all the counselors. I mean, they're all open to everybody. but
That's what I was gonna
specifically
suggest.
Let them know that we're having
Yeah.
these presentations, whether they want to watch online or just make sure that they know. But
That sounds good.
So we'll have that as a recommendation that those five, I guess, because one is twice. Have those 5 people in, 5 organizations in presentations and I think it works.
Resolution on that?
So moved.
Okay, I'll second that. Thank you. Item number 4, Canada Summer Jobs. That was just an update on, just giving us an update that we can pass on about grant request.
So I've submitted the application for 4 students for this summer.
Okay, great. Thank you. That's the information I was after. So we can pass that on. So we know at budget time now, we've got, possibly,
Yeah, potentially.
potentially, some money coming in from the federal government for that. Okay, thank you. And number 5 was mine, and this here, what it says, discuss a strategy for enforcement of no parking bylaws. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I've had residents call me and complain about residents parking overnight on the streets, even though there is a no parking ban. And also I've talked to Public Works and, just talked to them about like when they were out plowing, and they said, yeah, there was vehicles out and it's the same people all the time, it seems. And I know I had a call from a resident who said that, well, they get preferential treatment, right? So I said they don't, but anyways, I'm just wondering if we can come up with, because we have a bylaw that states no parking. So what can we do to hit these habitual offenders?
There are a couple of options so the OPP is an option for enforcement, and then the county's bylaw enforcement officers. So I could talk with Kelly, and I mean, she's talked about it in the past, if you want me to come in some morning at 3 o'clock in the morning and just do a sweep of the village. And it's not that she's excited to do it, but
No,
she'll do it
but
if we want her to do it, so.
We can also, we should be going to the OPP first. The last time we did it, we just asked them if they would do a sweep, and they did.
Yeah,
It's just,
Yeah.
I mean, if they don't want it, if they say that they can't do it or whatever, then go to Kelly.
That's fine.
no, I think we need to do something to get it across to these residents that they can't do this. And, then the other residents will see some action being done by council. So,
I mean, I don't know where it is, because it's not on my street. The ones that were parking on the street all night aren't doing it right now, because I checked last night.
yeah, well, I know of instances in a couple blocks on Michigan. And one of the blocks on Michigan, I was called by a resident. They were quite upset that the vehicles are parked there all the
Yeah.
time, all day, all night.
Yeah,
That's their parking spot, so. Anyways, thank you. So make a resolution, is that a resolution?
well, I'm just thinking back to the last time we brought this up, we asked them to go out, they went out and did blitz.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you want to do it a different way,
Also, when we talk about this, we've got the parking lot on at the Craig Park. We've had vehicles parking overnight there in the past.
it's not happening
Is it not?
in the last 2 weeks.
Okay, because I saw one there the other morning, but I don't know if it was
I've
there
been-
overnight. Hard to say.
I watched to see what happened after the signs went up.
I was gonna say, I believe there's been signage put up, so now that.
There is
now
signage.
there's
There is
the,
signage up, I checked
And
that.
initially, it was still happening, but I wondered if somebody said something, because then it stopped.
Okay,
So there's a fine in the bylaw for parking in, like, if there's a sign that says you can't park there and you park there, there's a fine for it.
Yeah.
So people can be fined for being there, so we could ask.
But take a look, because I was.
Yeah.
It stopped.
I've been tempted to take a midnight drive. And I know there's some residents that park not only overnight, but illegally, blocking driveways and stuff like that as well. And that's been brought to my attention. So. Those vehicles have been left overnight in that position, so. We have a sweep done, that'd be fantastic.
When's police board? Is it
19th.
Thursday or 19th? I mean, we can also have a discussion at the next police board meeting.
I'll send Chris. an
Okay.
email.
It's the 19th. I've got it in my calendar, it's the 12th.
No, couldn't do it this week.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't remember what the reason was, but the
Somebody
decision
was-
was made.
well, that's good.
He was away doing something.
That's good. I'm not double booked now. Okay. So a resolution for that.
So moved.
So I'll second that. Down to any other new business? Any new business? Your worship? I have nothing. How's that? So financial statements. Nothing jumped in.
Just be reminded, everyone, at each meeting today that those numbers, while it says year end, are not year end, because you're still doing the books and bills and are still coming in, and it takes a couple months to resolve.
Yes.
End of February, I don't know, what do you think? It takes a couple months, right?
Yeah, I don't have a set date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just not to get excited over any of the numbers yet, because they're not firm.
No. They are looking not bad.
I don't know. what
I did, the piece of paper in front of me,
you-
we're looking okay. Oh, cross our fingers. Anyways, I'll move that we receive the financial statements.
So moved, or seconded, sorry.
Okay. And if that's nothing, that's all we've got. I'll move that, or just say that the next meeting date's gonna be February 14th, Valentine's Day at 2:30 in the afternoon. And I'll move for adjournment.
Seconded,
Yep.